Hello everyone, and thanks for joining today. I am Ryan Kirkwood with UMI, and I'm excited to be here today to share some of these new changes and updates to King of the Mountain 3.0. I know that you're anxious to hear them, so bear with us. We'll try to keep this as short as possible. But before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say a sincere thank you to each and every one of you that are helping make UMI Motorsports Park possible. Whether you come out this year to one of our events or even in the past couple years and participated or spectated or watched our live feed or helped share a post on social media to spread the word, I just want to say thank you. Despite everything that's been going on this year, 2020 has been our best year at the park so far. We began this year in June. We had our first ever Optima's Drive AutoX event, and we're hoping that that continues. In July, we held our annual UMI Autocross Challenge, which once again, that event sold out in less than 1 minute and had the highest amount of participants that we've had at any event to date at UMI Motorsports Park. So we're excited about where we're going with that event. King of the Mountain in August was just a spectacular, astonishing thing to see. It was really cool to watch. We brought 100 of the fastest drivers in the nation all to one location. Our Saturday night shootout brought in over 2,000 fans to watch autocross. That's 2,000 fans that come out on a Saturday night to watch an autocross event. That doesn't happen very often. So we're just excited about where that's going, excited that the local community is getting involved and supporting it and starting to participate. So overall, we just have some really good things. We're excited for 2021. We're excited to expand on what we have. And again, I just wanted to say thank you. I also want to thank our sponsors that have stepped up and helped make this park possible as well. And our sponsors are not just there behind the scenes; they are there participating and helping our customers and attending the events. Viking Performance has come to multiple events and brought multiple cars. We appreciate their support from day one. Turn 1 is not only coming out and displaying at the events, but we saw them multiple times this year under people's cars, installing pumps or trying to help fix some power steering issues. So they're there interacting with the customers. Forge Line this year, Dave and Sherry drove their freshly built second-gen Camaro out to check out the park, and it was just exciting to see the sponsors getting involved. Hawks Performance or Hawks Motorsports, Tyler has been coming out and racing at the events and supporting the park, and we're excited to have them. Ron Francis Wiring, Scott has been to every event we had this year, and I think every event we might have had last year too. So he's out racing their Mustang, and he's getting involved at the park, and we really appreciate the support. Bowler, ProTouring.com and Bear have stepped up and donated items to charity and have just asked us, how can we help, Ryan? We're excited about what you're doing. So we appreciate these sponsors. Pace Performance is a new one that we have this year. They have been coming out for the last couple years and talking with the customers about their engine needs. And it's just great to see these sponsors and these companies getting involved and seeing what we're doing. Summit Racing was able to attend 2 of our events this year and gave thousands of dollars to our charity, or basically donated thousands of dollars in gift cards that we had raffled off for charity. So we appreciate Summit Racing's support this year, and we're hoping that this continues. So it's just great. It's great to see other companies getting involved with what we're doing, and I just wanted to say thank you to them. Speaking of charity, this year we raised over $25,000 for the 2 charities that we work with. The one is Emily Whitehead Foundation, which is a search for childhood cancer cure, and also the ALS Foundation. So between our 2 events that we had at sponsored by UMI, we were able to raise over $25,000 for charity. People have actually brought items and donated them to our raffle bucket. So we were selling raffle tickets for items that people donated. So it was just amazing to see this year that this park is becoming more than just a race facility. It's becoming a vacation zone, the place to be, and we're excited about that. So again, I just wanted to say thank you. I am humbled. I am grateful for what everyone's been doing, and we're excited. We're excited for what 2021 has to offer. All right, getting into King of the Mountain 3.0. So as many of you know, King of the Mountain is an invitational only event. And that is tough for some because we have a lot of people that want to be involved and that want to be there. Our first year for King of the Mountain, our invitational list had around 100 drivers on it. This year, I keep saying last year, but this year, 2020, we had around 175 drivers on our list. For 2021, our list will have over 200 drivers that we will be inviting to King of the Mountain. So we take data over 2018, 2019, and what we can find for 2021, and we try to pick drivers and cars that have ranked well at certain events. So we can't find every driver. We apologize. We don't know every driver, but we are doing the best we can. If you're a fast driver and you feel that you can compete well at King of the Mountain, get on our radar. Let us know, send us an email, and we'll see what we can do for the upcoming King of the Mountain events in the future. But let us know. But we also have ways that you can win your way in. If you're a fast driver and you know that you can win an event, come out to one of our other events, and there's plenty of opportunities to win your way into King of the Mountain. And we've actually expanded on that for 2021. We hope to be working again with Drive AutoX and to be able to take their couple class winners. We have not finalized details with that yet, but that is coming in the near future. And for 2021, we actually added a new event. Get out your calendars and mark down the date, June 17th through the 19th. We will be hosting a new event at UMI Motorsports Park. Right now we're calling it a top secret event. Everything's established. We're just waiting to January to share the details. It's autocross with a different little twist to it. We think many people will enjoy it. But we'll be taking about 4 to 5 winners from that event and moving them on to King of the Mountain. Our annual UMI Autocross Challenge, we take the top 4 class winners. We take the four class winners and they move on to King of the Mountain. Now we do have a little adjustment to our classes for UMI's Autocross Challenge, and me and Ramey are going to talk about that here in a few minutes. But we take the 4 class winners from UMI's Autocross Challenge and move on to King of the Mountain. And this year we actually gave away 2 Spirit of the Event. Actually, we gave away 1 Spirit of the Event award, and we also auctioned off we gave away 3. We gave away a Spirit of the Event, we auctioned off a golden ticket for charity, and we also raffle ticketed a golden ticket, and all the money went to charity. So we gave out quite a few invites at the UMI Autocross Challenge. There's plenty of ways to race your way in. We also have a new exciting idea that we're working on with protouring.com, where we could have you establish a thread on the forum to show your car build, and we'll do a voting process and you can win your way into King of the Mountain that way. So hang tight on that. We'll have more details in the future. Plenty of ways to win your way into King of the Mountain. But the invitational list will have quite a few drivers this year, and we're excited to get it out there, and we're excited to have you see it. Okay, we are here with Ramey Womer, and we are going to discuss some rules. Or some role updates, I guess.
Role updates. KOTM 3.0.
If you don't know Ramey Womer, or a little fun fact about Ramey, Ramey actually creates 90%, that's about 90% of the King of the Mountain list.
Maybe.
So if you're on the list that we release after the video, you might want to send Ramey a thank you. If you're not on the list, I'm going to give Ramey's cell phone number out. You can call and discuss it. We'll give his cell phone number at the end of the video. So. Yeah. Anyway, so role updates. So one of the things that we've had for the last couple years discussion about Ramey is everyone's favorite subject, I guess, is tires. Mm-hmm. So we want to discuss tires real quick, where we're going with it, and I guess what our final decision is.
Okay. So for the first 2 years, we've used the ACR tire.
Yep.
The ACR tire has been permitted. This year, we are banning the ACR tire. We're going to run the 200 treadwear rules as per the SCCA National Solo Rules 2020, section 13.3.
Did you hear that?
What's that?
Cheering. Everyone's cheering.
7 people aren't cheering and 100 people are cheering. So if the SCCA updates the rules for 2021, we'll migrate to that. But They usually have a couple minor changes here and there, but basically if you can run it in the SCCA 200 treadwear, that's what we're using at KOTM 3.0.
Yep. We feel it's a good decision. And the cool thing about what we do with King of the Mountain is every year we plan to tweak the event within a certain amount, I guess. So just because we make a roll this year or adjust a roll this year doesn't mean that it will stick. There's a chance that something could come back, or maybe Kuma magically builds a few more sizes and becomes SCCA legal. So, but for 2021, we have decided to run the SCCA solo nationals, solo rolls, I guess, solo national rolls, tire roll.
Yep. A few other minor things. The tires are allowed to be changed at any time. So some roll sets mark your tires, and if you want to change, you're not allowed. At King of the Mountain, this is kind of a high-end race, or I hate to say outlaw race, but basically it's the best of the best type of thing. So if you want to put freshies on, go for it.
Yep. We're gonna let you do that.
No active powered tire warmers. No active powered tire warmers.
But you can run timing warmers though, right?
No timing warmers, just you can run blankets, that type of thing, but no Swenson tire warmers.
Okay, no Swenson tire warmers, but we are still allowing any kind of fender cutting, flaring, non-standard wheel sizes, wheel widening.
Yes.
So as long as you're on the correct tire, any of that is allowed. Okay. So the next one, we wanted to try to find a way to make sure that we were keeping I guess what we're calling the spirit of the event alive without things getting too out of control. So we came up with our next roll update, and I'm going to let Ramey talk about it. And that is
the weight roll.
Weight roll.
Yep. So we do have a couple lightweight cars here and there. So we're going to mandate a 2,900 pound weight roll with driver, empty of fuel. So basically, if you win the King of the Mountain and go across the scales, you need to weigh 2,900. So we figure the cars are going to weigh 2,700-ish with a 200-pound driver, give or take weight of the car, give or take weight of the driver. We want you to cross the scales at 2,900. So it's best to weigh your car empty so that you don't go a few pounds under and lose your check.
Yep. Each car will be weighed during tech. We hope to trust everyone throughout the event, and we will most likely weigh cars either during the shootout or before the shootout, but we will weigh the winners or the winning car as well. So we feel it's a great way to keep, like we said, spirit of the event alive, and we feel it's a realistic weight for most of you, and it still allows some lightening of the car, extreme lightening of the car.
Yeah, basically it's just like when it was Clearfield Speedway and you ran oval track. When we crossed the scales, you had to be above a certain weight, and if not, they took your trophy and your check.
Okay.
So we hope not to do that, but 2,900 empty of fuel with driver. We do have a grandfathered situation though we should talk about for that. The Hoback Subaru microbus.
I call it the clown car, but it's actually Subaru micro minivan.
The little ball of hate. Might have 4 turbos, who knows? But it's kind of pretty fun to watch, so we're going to grandfather him.
So Rick was building this car for a grassroots event about, I could say 3 years ago now. When he heard about King of the Mountain, he made sure that he finished his car in time, brought it to King of the Mountain, didn't tell us, unloaded the trailer, and we saw this little go-kart van coming down through the road, and we were all clapping and kind of excited about it. So we like seeing Rick there. It's a fan favorite. We have grandfathered him in for at least one more year is where we're at now with Rick. So Rick will most likely be under the weight limit and is grandfathered in for King of the Mountain 3. We don't see anybody getting angry at that. Rick's just an overall great guy, and it's a fun car, so we are allowing that.
So along with the weight limit, we ask you to bring your car that we invite. So for example, Justin Knoll is known for his yellow Chevelle. For him to bring an Indy car would be not in the spirit of the event.
Correct.
So when we invite you, we're inviting you and your known car. What we're saying is we want good faith car appearance as well. So for example, if Justin Knoll would bring his Chevelle and magically it doesn't have roof or fenders or hood, but it has a bunch of aero,
Yes.
We wouldn't want that.
Yeah, so we're asking that cars come with the body panels that they did from the factory. So if your car came with a hood, it must maintain a hood, whether it's carbon fiber or plastic. That's okay. Trunk, roof, doors, fenders, no open wheel cars, which has basically been the rules since day one. But we're just doing a little better job establishing them. All the rules can be found after the video, UMIMotorsportsPark.com. We will have a very easy to read 1 or 2 page PDF file. So all the rules will be spelled out appropriately and correctly.
Yep. We also ask that you have working headlights in case you do make it into the shootout.
Yes. So that's something that we've been lenient on. If you have a car and don't have working headlights, we're most likely not going to check or penalize you for it. But I would say it would be just a good overall mod to have, right? I would think that would be something that you would definitely want at an evening race or a night race.
Yep. We have had a few requests about aero, and for KOTM 3.0, aero rules are open.
Yes. Yep. You can have the biggest, tallest, widest wing that you want, as long as it doesn't weigh too much, I guess. Or well, I guess it wouldn't weigh too much. It'd be all right to weigh too much, huh?
Yep. And so with speeds being around 70 miles per hour max or so, I'm sure it's going to make a difference, but we still want to keep the feel, the king of the mountain. So if you want to wing it up, go for it.
Yep.
Yep. Any fuel permitted, so E85, nitromethane, who cares what you put in there?
Propane, diesel.
Yep. And power adders and nitrous are encouraged. So if you want to add a couple turbos and a supercharger and some nitrous, go for it. So Ryan, we keep talking about drama and excitement and challenges, new challenges at KOTM 3.0.
We like new challenges.
We do. So as you know, in KOTM 2.0, we had 16 vintage versus 16 late model. Whenever we're walking through the pits, we see people number crunching and checking the live timing and trying to decide where they're at in the whole scheme of things. So for KOTM 3.0, we have a couple new challenges that you can tell us about.
I think once they see these new changes, they'll be looking at last year's results and maybe number crunching to see where they might have stood differently.
Yep.
It's
going to be tough.
Yeah, this year compared to what next year is. So as Ramey mentioned, this year for King of the Mountain, we had your vintage class and your late model class, and that was vintage was 1992 and older, and late model was 1993 and newer. And we really liked that theme, and we think it worked good. If you were on the late model side or the vintage side, you didn't have to worry about the other class until it got down to number 1 and 2. So you were only worried about your class, basically. So we're taking that same concept, however, we are splitting it now into 4 classes.
People seem to really like the Autocross Challenge classes.
Yes, so we took a very similar classing to what we're doing at the Autocross Challenge. And speaking of that, these new classes that we are going to talk about now are going to move on to the Autocross Challenge. So we're going to do a hybrid.
Oh, it'll be a preview. The Autocross Challenge will be a preview.
Yes, so if you're coming to Autocross Challenge, here's your new classing as well. So what we did is we took your vintage class, which was 16 cars, move on to the shootout, and we're now splitting that into 2 classes. So we'll take 8 cars from each one of these classes. These new classes for vintage are as followed, and that is your early model class, which we are going to be, which will be 1972 and older, and that's also going to include C1, C2, and C3 Corvette. The next class in vintage, this is my favorite class. This is a class favorite at the Autocross Challenge. And that is going to be your mid-model class, which is 1973 to 1987. But this class will also include your C4 Corvettes. And then all your 3rd generation Camaros would be in this, Fox Body Mustang and similar. So those are your 2 vintage classes, and we'll take 8 cars from each class, which will move on to the shootout.
Very
on the late model side, this is where it gets interesting, I guess. I think we made a real good decision here. I think we made an excellent decision. 1988 and up will now be late model. So we're going to have your general late model class, which will include all 88 and up cars, with the exception of the super late model class.
A name popular in the oval track world.
Yes.
Super late.
Yep. So we're using some of the oval history of the track and applying it to our classing. Super late model class will now have C5 to C8 Corvettes, all all-wheel drive cars, and all mid to rear engine cars. So your Lamborghini, your Porsche, your Corvettes, your Evos, your WRXs, anything in that category. We're now only taking the top 8 of those cars to move on to the shootout.
That's going to be a tough class.
I think it's going to be an interesting class. The competition is tight there. The times are close. So I think overall, I think this was a really good. This is a really good challenge for everyone.
I believe so.
We will take 8 cars from each class. They'll move on to the shootout. We'll eventually end up with 4 class winners, which will then go on to battle it out for the actual King of the Mountain. So if you are in the mid-model class, you don't have to worry about a super late until possibly 1 and 2 in the shootout. So I think it's a good way to work down through your class.
Yep. And as we've seen, 1 cone can make the difference.
Yes, 1 cone can change everything. So we had an interesting year this year with that.
And the little bit of tire adjustment will also tighten the field.
Yep. The other thing we noticed this year was the course change. So Friday, some of your leaders on Friday weren't your leaders on Saturday with our course change. So we plan on maintaining that same setup. There will be a course on Friday and a course on Saturday, and we'll add your times together. And we have some cool course designs already in the works, so we're excited about that.
We've talked about the rules.
Yes.
We've talked about the classes.
Yep.
We've talked about some of the exciting class changes. And now
I'm excited about.
Now the most important part. The $25,000, no, not lunch. The $25,001 grand prize to the winner of King of the Mountain.
Not to the winner, though. That's the trick to this event.
You were lying?
Well, it wasn't lying, it was a trick. So if you watch the teaser video that we put out about a month ago, at the end of it, we gave a little flash of $25,000 and won. And many people shared the video and commented and said that this was $25,000 winner take all.
Are you going to spread the payout?
But we're going to spread the payout. So
whoa, awesome.
I think it's a great idea. You think it's a great idea. Even with this spread, the actual King of the Mountain, the first place winner, will still take home more money than the previous King of the Mountain winners have taken. Plus, the next 7 people now take home a little bit of cash.
You're paying the top 8?
I'm paying the top 8.
Wow.
So
awesome.
We are going to begin with your first place King of the Mountain will now take home $15,000.
Awesome.
Second place, which is your runner-up, is now going to take home $5,000.
So if you make it to the finals, you already know you're getting at least $5 grand.
Yes. Yep. So first and second both take home a pretty healthy check. Cool. And within the last couple of years, really hasn't been any kind of payouts in autocross. So I think this is a big step for it.
Awesome.
We will still do your third place showdown, which we called it last year, where the 2 third place ties, I guess, battled out for who's actually third place. Third place will take home $2,000 this year. Fourth place will get a check for $1,000. And then 5th through 8th will each get $500, which will help pay for the registration fees or hotel or fuel. We still have $1 left after all that, Ramey.
You're going to give that to 9th place?
I'm going to give that to 9th place. I feel bad that they're 9th and they just missed the cutoff, so we're going to give them a big fat check for $1.
And maybe something else, who knows?
Yeah, maybe something else. So that is the new payout structure for King of the Mountain 3.0. We will be giving away a total of $25,000 spread out through your top 8 in the shootout. I think it's a great way for more people to take home some prize money, especially for second, third, and fourth who worked so hard to get where they're at. And those guys, your first through fourth, are also going to be your class winners for the new classes we talked about. So they worked hard to get where they're at. So we're going to give back and continue to give back.
A little prestige there and a little spread the payout through the field.
Spread the payout through the fields. This is a known thing for oval racing, dirt track racing, circle track in general, I guess, is paying down through the field. So we're going to apply that to our event. We think it's a great idea, and we're excited about it.
Excellent. We'll see everyone in August 2021.
Well, thank you for joining today. We appreciate it. We appreciate you being here. We covered a lot today. We covered some changes to our original tire rule. We now have a new weight limit to King of the Mountain 3.0, and we have additional classes that I think is going to make for an exciting 2021 event. And then we can't forget about that payout we have now that we're spreading across the field. So we got some really great things for King of the Mountain 3.0 that we're excited about. Directly following this video, we will be releasing the official King of the Mountain 3.0 2021 invitational list. So again, directly following this video on our website and on all of our social media networks, we will be releasing the official 2021 King of the Mountain 3.0 invitational list. So if you know somebody on the list, please share it with them or please tag them so they're aware. Before you close this video, as soon as I'm done talking, we're going to have a very quick teaser on our new event that is June 17th through the 19th at UMI Motorsports Park. We think it's going to be a great event. We're excited about it. So just stick around for a few more seconds after I'm done. But again, thank you for being here today. God bless you. God bless America. And I hope to see you in 2021.